It's about one of the disciples of the Buddha, Aniruddha. In conclusion, Aniruddha, one of Shakyamuni Buddha's disciples, was blind. One day, wanting to sew up a ripped seam in his robe, he called out to those around him, "Will someone who wants to do a good deed kindly thread this needle for me?" "Yes, please let me do it." The voice was that of the Buddha himself. Surprised at hearing his voice, Aniruddha answered, "I cannot bring myself to ask the Lord Buddha himself to do such a thing for me." "One must not neglect to plant the seeds of goodness just because one has attained enlightenment," said the Buddha. Shakyamuni taught his disciples, "If you do not attempt to plant good seeds, you will never gain good results." And he took the lead in practicing the teaching himself. When I learned of this episode in the Buddha's life, my whole view of Buddhism changed. In 1994, I had entered the University of Tokyo and, invited by an older friend in the Department of Philosophy, I went to listen to a lecture on Buddhism. I had always been fond of mathematics and was surprised and impressed by how logical the lecture was. The thing that surprised me most was learning that the purpose of life, the answer to the question, "Why must we go on living despite our suffering?" was clearly taught in Buddhism. And I also learned that Buddhism teaches that we must plant the seeds of happiness if we are to be happy. The lecturer who spoke that day was Kentetsu Takamori, under whose guidance I am now studying. From then on, whenever he gave a lecture, I attended it. I studied Buddhism from square one under his guidance and read each new book that he wrote. Kentetsu Takamori is the author of many best-selling books. His works available in English, all published by Ichimando Publishing Incorporated, are You Were Born for a Reason, The Real Purpose of Life, co-authored with Daiji Akehashi and Kentaro Ito, 2006, Something You Forgot Along the Way, Stories of Wisdom and Learning, 2009, Unlocking Tennisho, Shinran's Words on the Pure Land Path, 2011, and Unshakable Spirit, Stories of Compassion and Wisdom, 2012. I have written this book out of a desire to share with readers the essence of the Buddhism that has been so helpful to me over the years. The instances I have cited here are all based on things that actually took place, somewhat simplified for ease in reading. By counseling others, I had the opportunity to learn Buddhism more deeply myself. In conclusion, I want to thank, first of all, my revered teacher, Kentetsu Takamori. Thanks are also due to my more senior fellow students who offered helpful guidance throughout, and to all those who came to me for counseling as described in this book. Okay, very good. Yeah, so as you can see, we finished this book today. So from tomorrow, we can go on to the one that says Unshakable Spirit, Stories of Compassion and Wisdom. Yeah, when people in the West hear about compassion, as you see in the illustration here, there are all these flowers, the bird is carrying the flowers. Oh, we can have the picture, Yuichi, continuously. So the flowers is symbolic of compassion. Yeah, can we go back to the picture? These are the flowers are symbolic of compassion. Yeah, compassion. So many people in the West, they have heard about compassion, but not so much wisdom. Actually, we cannot practice compassion to its max if we don't cultivate wisdom. Wisdom in Buddhism is the faculty of seeing ahead, and the more we listen to the Dharma, the more wisdom we acquire because we are coming in contact with the wisdom of the Buddha who has reached the highest level of enlightenment, the 52nd level out of all the levels. So, yeah, so listening becomes of paramount importance. And the wisdom we gain, it's like a physician who practices healing. So, year after year after year, the wisdom will follow what kind of medicine works for which patient. The same medicine will not work for some other patient, even if you've had excellent result with the particular patient. And for us to, in this way, we go forward and we can practice both compassion and wisdom. And that's how we believe we can change the world. When each one of us changes, that's how it has ripple effect in society. Yeah, so good job everyone for being here. Hope we all can carry these beautiful flowers of compassion and share with people around us. And today's Tuesday, so have a wonderful Tuesday. Bye.